Bonjour, Véronique, Véro, French girl in Seattle, reporting from the beautiful city of Nantes. And today I crossed over the Loire River through this bridge over there that you see on the right, dedicated to Anne de Bretagne, a major historical figure in Breton history and in French history as well. And you see the city of Nantes across from us here. The cathedral on the far right over there. So this is an island. We are on the island of Nantes, and this is an island that was created by combining several smaller islands on the Loire River a long time ago. And for many years Nantes had big shipyards, so ships were built here on this island. It was a very industrial area, but of course that industry went down, and by the 1980s the last ships were built and left the shipyards, and the city had to figure out what to do with this giant space, this island. And so this is a great example of what cities have been doing to rehabilitate former industrial areas. I've seen this in Paris, I've seen this in Bordeaux, and now we see this in Nantes. So on this island today, they have brought the new Palace of Justice, which is a very modern looking building. They have brought schools like the School of Architecture, the National School of Architecture. And in the old buildings, like the one you see here, they have brought in new activities dedicated to technology. So the giant machines you've probably heard about, those giant automated machines representing animals, like the giant elephant he just walks around, and we will catch him in another video. But for now, I am at the Carrousel, and this is not your average carousel. It is dedicated to le monde des marins, the sailors' world. So what sailors see, not just on the surface, on the ship, but also down in the abyss. And this carousel, which we will see in a minute, has actually 3 levels. So kids just love it. Typically the lines would be really long here. It's a very popular touristy attraction in Nantes. Of course, this is July of 2020 and things are a little bit different right now. You will notice people wearing masks. It's mandatory on the site. So why don't we start with this level? This is the top level of the carousel. You will recognize maybe some animals, maybe not. Some may have been described by Jules Verne, the famous author who was from Nantes. And you will agree with me, this is not your average carousel. Some of these creatures are quite scary looking, but the kids don't seem to mind. This is actually my favorite, this one. It's €6.30 to get in without riding. I think it's a little more if you want to do one ride. But I mean, look at the structure. This is really cool. So what I'll do is walk down the stairs and try and show you the other levels as well. I think the best level is probably the one right below us. See, this lady just told her daughter that the elephant is about to come out, because the giant machine representing an elephant, powered by steam, does take walks around the island every day. So I'm hoping to catch it later so I can show you as well. So now I am walking down to the second level of the carousel. These are some of the coolest machines here, and you can see how each machine is connected to a little bridge. And so typically people would line up to get on each machine. Some of them can take a few people. So this one, for example, they tell you has 4 seats, 4 places. Luminaire des grands fonds. I mean, would you look at this? And kids love them. Parents love them too, of course. The Abyssal bus can take on 6 people. Now that's public transportation for you. Here is the Abyssal bus, unless it's the other one. No, I think it's this one. Oh, here we go. We're about to go. So this is really cool how cities like Nantes have been able to use those old spaces and dedicate them to either technology or culture. There are some really cool cultural spaces on this island as well, where people can exhibit art, and restaurants, and of course some real estate if you are into modern looking apartment buildings. I feel like I'm back in a Jules Verne novel right now. This is what you would see in the abyss, according to them. All right, let's try and go see the last level, the bottom. I need to find stairs. This is a really nice site because it's accessible. They have an elevator, and I've noticed that in several spots in Nantes. It seems to be a very accessible city compared to Paris. Paris is often criticized for not being accessible. Bonjour, mademoiselle. So this is the other level, the bottom level. Looks a little bit more tame to me, but maybe not to younger children. Look at these things moving. Look at the lobster. There's a lobster. It's really funny. There's a yellow thing and baby yellow thing, whatever it is. Cool looking crab, well done. And an octopus. This one's for Captain Nemo. And look at this. From here we can see the level right above us. Gives us a different perspective on the machines. Well, I'm going to continue my explorations of the island of Nantes in the middle of the Loire River. And I'm dying to see this giant elephant and the giant machines that they keep building and that sometimes travel to other cities in France. I remember seeing them in Toulouse recently. Thank you for joining me today. This is Véro, French girl in Seattle, reporting from Nantes in beautiful Western France. You can find my photos, stories, videos in social media at France with Véro or on my YouTube channel. À bientôt!